Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay.
What what are you preparing for? Oh my gosh.
It's it's in the 50s in Tucson right now and it's raining, so I just kind of felt
Oh
like
yeah.
that kind of weather.
Wait a minute. 50s in Tucson.
Yeah, it's crazy. I know it's probably colder in Wyoming.
Well, Montana, I'm sure.
You guys can come here. I used a snowblower for 2 hours yesterday.
There you go.
Oh, yes. All right.
We're
Well,
ready, I guess, right?
it is straight up 12 noon on the West Coast, 1 p.m. Mountain Time, 2 p.m. East Central, and 3 p.m. Eastern, or whatever time it is where you are right now. We're so happy to have you on board with us. It is the AMAs, the Ask Me Anythings with Robert Hollis, and so great to have you join us and be with us today, because this is where you get to ask a question of any question of Robert, our multi-millionaire. And, you know, it's so great when we can do this, because it allows you the insight as to what made Robert successful. He's had, what are you up to now on the number of millionaires, Robert? 64?
At least 66.
66, yeah. So he has helped at least 66. We're going to say 66 today. We'll qualify it later. 66 millionaires that he has helped. And he wants to help you.
Yeah.
And that's why we do this, because we want to help you get rid of what we've said earlier in this week. And if you've been following Robert, getting rid of that stinking thinking. And what better way to do that than with an AMA? So here's how we work our AMAs. For those of you that are watching both here on Zoom and on Facebook, you can ask questions. Now, if you're on Facebook, very simple. In the chat, type Q or question followed by your question, and we will look for it and we will ask the question on your behalf. The other way, for those of you that are in Zoom, there's two ways to go about doing this. Same process as we are asking for our Facebook friends, if you do not wish to ask a question personally to Robert. But if you do, very easy, raise your hand. Now, two people already have their hands raised, and this time John beat Bill on the hand raising. I know, wow. So we're going to have that coming up, but it's very simple to do. If you have a question, put your cursor in the middle of the screen where you see all of these images, or my image, whichever way you're watching, and then click on the reactions button at the bottom. There's a whole bunch of buttons that will appear, and then click on raise hand. It will notify us that you have a question, and you can ask Robert personally. That's the beauty of these AMAs. So you have three ways to ask questions. We love to hear from you. We want to hear from you, and we want you to interact with Robert. So without further ado, oh, one other thing I should say. Thank you very much to Matthew Hollis for helping set up our amazing AMAs. Matthew, thank you so much. You do a great job in getting these things going. We appreciate you very, very much. So let's get this party started. It is Saturday, December 3rd. We're in the home stretch of 2022, and let's give it up for Mr. Robert Hollis!
Woo! Thank you, Craig. Thank you, Craig. And I think I know why you weren't caught on this morning when I said you got a couple of minutes left, because I'm telling you what, man, your backdrop and your shirt and your energy, I just think that you were doing all the other preparation instead of worrying about the time. So I love and appreciate you, Craig. It is incredible to have you on here. And with very short notice, Matthew, thank you so much. It's like I sent him a good morning message this morning, and he says, "Are we doing AMA?" And I went, yeah.
It's funny. Yeah. I already had it pre-planned and pre-ready to send out the email and everything. So it was more so like, we're doing AMA today, right?
Yeah. And another reason that I want to do a shout out for Matthew is Matthew was the individual that told me about Jonah Hill and you know, all the tools that he was going through. And you know, that's what I want to start off with, you guys. I want to start off with you know, I did a video and I need to do another video. And this is if you guys check this, if you just went, in fact, that's exactly how I'm gonna start. How many of you guys know that that I have a YouTube channel? Okay. So, youtube.com/Robert Hollis, right? How many of you are aware that I probably have easily added 300 videos to this YouTube channel this year? This year. So the thing that I was going to say is if you went in here and put in, a search, and I don't know what it looks like. I don't know what it looks like if I wasn't logged in, but and no matter what, there's still a search feature, right? And so if you put into the search feature, it's like, yeah, we had a couple of these videos so far this week, and you click on it and let's put in 10,000. How many people would be okay with making $10,000 a month? Would that change anything for you? Okay. Here's the thing. I don't care if you are doing awesome. An extra 10 grand a month for you right now could change a lot of things. Wouldn't you agree? And so I don't care if you make the money and give it away or what you do, but you see here, this is 10 years ago, you guys. 10 years ago. And it's so funny. I actually have a funny video me and Matt talked about where he, some of his first checks that he got. So 10 years ago, what is he, 20, and you see this one here, that was 8 years ago. And if you go through and just looked at a couple of the videos, the reason I wanted to share this with you is because to achieve anything in life, listen closely, to achieve anything in life is the first, just want it. To just sit around and ask yourself, if I could have anything, if I could just take a magic wand and get it, or for some of you that have heard the funny part about a genie shows up. Again, I want to leave it to your imagination, which, Albert Einstein says is his secret weapon. Did you guys know that? Albert Einstein said his imagination is his secret weapon. And so what he taught people to do is take some time to practice their imagination. So step one is just really quickly, you guys know, I'll be brief. I'm sitting in an apartment building that has an eviction notice on it, that has no electricity, and I have no one in the apartment with me at this time. I felt so worthless that I took the money I had left and bought my current wife an airplane ticket back to Montana. And I was sitting in this crappy apartment by myself. I was a single father, and I was so down on myself that I called his mother that abandoned him and asked her if she would watch him until I got back on my feet. So how bad do you think I was on an emotional level to send my girlfriend away and send my son away? And I'm in an apartment with no electricity, waiting for the repo man to repo my car. I say all this to say to you, I don't know if I was at a worse place in my entire life and didn't have any very healthy thoughts, right? But the one thought that I had that was positive is I sort of surrendered. No, I totally surrendered. And I did something that was very difficult for me, and was to reach out to this imaginary creator that I heard about and begged him on my knees, crying, and asking him for help. So I say this to say to you guys that some of you have heard my story, but it was in that asking for help and total surrender that I mentally in my mind was open to anything. So our imagination is good and bad. Wouldn't you agree? And when you're in desperate situations or you're in bad places where you've been hurt, some of those imaginations are not very healthy. So I'm just being open and honest with you guys of thoughts of not being here anymore, and that I probably would be helping a lot of people if I no longer was here physically, to thoughts that, you know, listen, the world doesn't care and I was dealt a bad hand. So if I need to get money, I can find some illegal ways to do it. I'm just telling you guys where I was. So, you know, your imagination sort of gets a little better of you. And it's like, hey, I could solve a lot of things if I robbed a bank, you know. It's just, there's usually some penalties to anything that you do, right? Okay. And so it was in that place where I got the phone call where I talked about it in my book. And I'm just going to share this really quickly with you guys. There's a person that reached out to me recently and asked for my financial help. And I said to him, can I ask you a simple question? And he says, yeah. I said, have you honestly ever read my book? And he goes, no, I haven't. And I said, okay, so you've known me for over 4 years since you've been involved in MDC, and almost on every video, I offer it for free. And you won't read the book. And he goes, why is that important? Because I share in my book my story where my situation was way worse than yours, but I did something about it. All right. So you guys know that Sean Hennigan, I'll give him credit for going on the 36th year. And I very simply, he said to me these little statements. You guys have heard them over and over again. It's like, yes, he messed up with a few things that he said. He started out, hey, Bobby, how you doing? I lied to him. I said, I'm doing great. I couldn't have been doing worse. And then he said, have you heard of Amway? I said, I don't even know what that is. He says, well, I'm working with a company like that, but it's legal. So if Amway people see this, don't get mad at me. I'm just repeating what he said to me. I know that Amway's legal. All right. But because I didn't understand what he said, I then said, Sean, what are you talking about? What are you trying to say? Then he did it correctly. And the first thing that he did is edify and promote. Listen, I met this guy and he showed me his check for $62,000. It was still attached to the stub. And he's looking for people that he can train through his proven systems to make 6 figures plus a year. And I said, I want to meet him. So a lot of people believe that you got to say a lot to get someone's interest, but it's called a peak of interest. In fact, some of the most successful people I know on the planet even have what they call an elevator pitch. And the elevator pitch, for you guys that don't know that story, is it's something that if you got in an elevator with someone, what could you say in less than 10 or 15 seconds that would pique their interest for them to want more information? Maybe I've never even gotten to a place where people understand what a peak of interest is. A peak of interest is 1 or 2 or maybe 3 words. Very short for people to go, huh? 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 What? Huh? So in that peak of interest, he's looking for people that he can train that want to make 6 figures plus a year. And I said, me. I went and met him, and the journey started. Are you guys listening? So I want you guys to understand that in all the work and effort that I've poured in this year and will continue to do, in those videos, if you went and watched them, I say there's only 2 things that you need to make any amount of money. Any amount of money. One is you got to have someone that's been there. A person can't take you to a place they've never been. And listen closely. If you don't have the courage, the wisdom, the bravery to ask them if they can show you what they made last month, shame on you. That's the universe. That's the universe. God continuing to put you in the same place over and over again until you learn that lesson. So you got to find someone that is confident and courage and brave enough to say to you, look what I made. Look what I made. Look what I made. Look what I'm doing. Look what I'm doing. Are you guys catching me? Now, if that individual shows you exactly what to do and you don't do it, that means you got something messed up here. That means you got something messed up in here. So your spirit, your soul, your thoughts are not in line with you to believe that you're worthy, to believe that you're enough, to believe if someone else did it, you can do it. Did you guys catch that? So in the $10,000 video, I go, you want to make 10,000? Yeah, let me show you how. A, there's only 2 reasons that you failed in the past. One, you didn't find the right documented mentor. You didn't know what to do. And that's, I would say, the majority of the people on the planet. Let's say 99% of the people on the planet is just doing their best guessing, coming up with their own thoughts, mixing a bunch of recipes together of other people they stumbled into, and they will continue to struggle. So once you find and want to learn something, I used to use the analogy of dancing. And if you want to learn a dance, find an instructor that knows how to teach people to do those steps. Got it? So that's number one. The only other reason people fail is they do find people that have showed them the certain way, the combination to the safe, the GPS to success, the combination to the treasure map, and they won't do it. So if they don't do it, what do you think is the reason why? There could be all kinds of reasons why. So with that said, I am this confident when I say this, you guys. I'm this confident that whatever thing you think it is, go to this YouTube channel, Robert Hollis. We should have that, Matt. We should have roberthollis.com/YouTube. That probably has it. Because I would always remember that. But
yeah, it's roberthollis.com/YT.
YT.
Even shorter.
Okay. So my point being, you know what? I'm not going to remember that. Make it YouTube, please.
I'm on it.
All right, cool. So once you get here, what do you think in the search engine you could type? I don't know, fear? Does anybody else want to give me a reason why you can't do this? Okay. Yeah. Jonathan and Nadia, Ray Higdon, Eric Worre, all the people that people listen to tell me that got testimonials on my site saying they learned from me. Funny, you know. It's like, okay. What else could it be? What do I need to do? Oh, what do I need to do? What do I need? So 10 months ago, 6 months ago, 3 days ago, 8 years ago, 10 years ago. Are you guys starting to get this? What else could it be? I don't know how to contact people. All right, I'll tell you. Man, I wish I could find friends. I'll show you. I don't want to talk to my family and friends. Okay. Are you guys getting this? Let's not put mindset in here. That would be silly. So I'm trying to think of something and I can't come up with something. I'm trying to think of what you could put in a search engine on my YouTube that I don't cover. In multiple ways. And how and why am I confident of that? Because that's my passion. That's my ministry. That's my calling. That's what juices me up. I try to come up with every excuse that you might have. And I cover it. I not only cover it, I tell you how to do it. I show you how to do it. And I tell you what I did. So we don't have to do me ask me anything because I already did it. No, let's go back. Ask me anything. Ooh, yep, got all those too. Don't you guys think this is pretty funny? So when someone comes to me and they say, I just am not getting any results. The difference between me and you is I wore out my mentor's videos. I slated time to watch my mentor's videos. I slated time to, I was looking for one of my leather journals. I would take my time to watch my mentor's trainings, and I even would listen to them and write it out. And I'm dyslexic. Because I knew that if I mastered this, I could master anything. And I know there's a lot of people that are struggling in the world. And I'm just telling you, an extra 10 grand a month can really, really help you on your path. Another $1,000 a month could really help you on your path. And so me and my wife are talking today. It's like, because there was like five new 1Ks I broke last month. 5 new front level, not front level, new 1K legs. A new 10K, a new 25K, a couple of 50Ks. And my wife said, wow, if someone got 1,000 1Ks, they'd be a super. And I said, yeah, but they got to focus enough to figure out how to get 1K. So now we're going to do Ask Me Anything. But I wanted to do this video as one of the ones toward the end of the year that I could point to that people go, well, I don't know what to do. Okay, go here and then you'll know what to do. But if you're not willing to plug in and spend as much time as you do on Netflix or watching sports or watching reality shows on developing you and your heart, your spirit, your mind, I can't help you. And until you realize that that's important, here's one for the religious people. It says, meditate day and night on renewing your mind. It didn't say 10 minutes. It didn't say once a week. It says meditate day and night on renewing your mind. So if you're the same person you were 6 months ago, and some people we know are the same person they were when they were in high school. Why isn't anything? Okay, I'm done. All right. So I know you can do it. I believe in you. I know you can because I did, because of the background that I came from. And some of the other people that have helped change their lives forever. When you hear their stories, you know, my two top best examples are Tony and Mike Kupas, two of the owners of ACN, and why we connected so well is they were identical twins and they were dropped off at a trailer court when they were infants. Someone went to a trailer park and just dropped them off. So they ended up in foster care. That's why we related really well. Yeah, because when everyone abandons you, you really figure out quick that it's just you and the creator. You better figure it out. You better figure it out. So, Craig, back to you. I know it was pretty serious at the beginning there. And now everyone that has a question, I could say, check out my YouTube channel. No, I'm joking. But, you know, we'll
Well, they should anyways, Robert. I mean, my God, what you just shared with us is an example of how much you've shared with people over the years. And, you know, like you keep saying, documentation beats conversation. You have the documentation and the success, which leaves clues.
Excellent. So,
yeah. And I'm going to say one more thing. I loved, I didn't say it at the top of our AMA here, but it kind of is, it dovetails into getting things going, especially with the year end and what you shared earlier today in your Facebook pages and stuff, saying there is no reason to look back when you have so much to look forward to.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. So what's done is done. Let's move on.
Yep.
Let's go forward. And we have questions that are coming in from people. We have people who have raised their hands, who we are going to get started here with our AMAs and our amazing Robert Hollis. To get started, John Tier, who actually beat Bill Shoemaker as being the first hand raised. So John, open up your microphone. Let's hear from you. Get started, please.
Hey, everybody. Robert, Craig, Matthew. Guys, I'm sorry, Bill, but I had to go first today. Because I can't be on long. I've got a gig tonight and I don't get off till 2:30 in the morning. So I got to get a nap in before I go down.
Amen.
Yeah, I've got, man, this is like my fourth gig in the last 7 days, so I'm working hard.
And I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you.
Thank you so much. To piggyback on what you say, I wanted you to kind of listen to something. Is it in line with what you say? Because I'm determined to do exactly what you said do. So I wanted to play a couple of things for you. So
Please.
check this first thing out where you can hear this. Here we go.
Hey, Gayleen, thanks so much for the blessings and the wishes. I'm doing well. We're blessed and highly favored. So listen, the reason I connected with you is because I was wondering if you could help me out with something. I'm helping a company expand, and we're looking for people who want to earn an extra $500 to $1,000 a month. So I was wondering, do you know anybody who can use some extra money right now? Thanks a lot. I really appreciate your help.
So that was me, and this is her response.
Yes.
Hey, John. Thank you so much for the voice message. That was nice. God bless you too. Can you give me more details about what type of business that you want to expand, and what are the details of that business that would help? I wouldn't mind making another $500 to $1,000 myself. So if you can just give me more details, I'd appreciate it. God bless you, and it was nice hearing from you. Bye-bye.
So that's Robert at work.
It worked. John, thank you so much. I'm gonna say something quick first. I love and adore you, man. You're just amazing. And how many people like doing something like keep throwing darts or keep bowling or keep doing something and then it hits? It hits. It actually does what you want it to.
Right.
And here's the hard thing about this, you guys. You just got to keep throwing. And then all of a sudden, it's like you have faith that it happens, and then it happens, and it's like bingo. And listen to this. I didn't know when this would come up today, but John, you brought it up. But recently, I have gotten probably like 70 messages from people messaging me on Facebook. And they're telling me that there's a person out there that's doing fake accounts on me. Right.
Oh.
And they're doing really good, man. You go look at the fake account. They're using my cover. They're using my personal. They're using a couple of my personal, posts. They got a couple of my videos on there. And I'm going to say something to you guys right now that I know you're not going to like. Man, I wish I had them on my team.
Because they can duplicate, right? Oh, wow.
Here's a person that knows they're doing something illegal and unethical. And their number one goal is to personate somebody else to try to get someone to scam. And they are freaking consistent, man. Bam, 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 bam. And so people send me messages, and it was Robert Hollis Group with a P. And I said, just block them and report them, please. I reported them. Page went down. Then it was Robert Hollis Groups. They just added an S to it. Totally put up the site again. Bam, 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 bam. First of all, you guys, they wouldn't do it if it didn't work.
Right, right.
Then that got shut down. People sending me messages, Robert, look at this fake account. They're sending me a friend request. They're asking me to do a real estate crypto deal. And I'm saying, listen, it's just part of what I do. Report them, delete, block. Then they do Robert Hollis Profits. And I'll just leave it at that. But these people are getting people. They're getting people that don't know me. They're getting people that are not close to me. Because some of you sent me messages, and thank you for doing it. And I knew this wasn't you immediately because they didn't leave a voice clip. So people knew right away. You always respond. So, I know this isn't you, but I guarantee there's people that are friends of mine or followers of mine that probably got scammed by these people and will continue to get scammed by these people only because of their persistence, their consistency, That's what they do. So John,
Wow.
I'm proud of you, man.
Thank you.
Thank you for making my day. That was cool. And I will say one other thing before you go. When you lead by example and you set a level, isn't it funny that Bill wasn't on first and didn't raise his hand first? And it's like all of a sudden people's like, Bill dropped the ball. And it's like, you know, it's pretty interesting that once you set a precedence for yourself, you know, everybody's like, can they keep it up? Can they keep it up? Can they keep it up? And it's like we all giggle and laugh, but thank you, John, for being competitive. Bill's gonna be on with the thing searching, you know, like 20 minutes before. Oh my God. So I love and appreciate you, John. We'll see you soon.
Guys. All right.
Hey, John, before you go,
Yes.
what was the response? Oh, I mean, after those two messages, what happened? Because Nancy Nair is asking, and I think a few other people would like to know.
Oh, I
Or
told
have
her I
you
was gonna,
followed up yet?
yes, I told her I was going to send her a short video of my business partner, Robert Hollis, and that he is an expert at helping people make $500 to $1,000 a month. And I left her that voice clip, and then I sent her the video about success and happiness.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a next video next Thursday.
Okay.
So I got an update for you guys. So yeah.
Oh, good, because there's a couple of questions coming in about doing that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just the way Robert laid it out. That's exactly what I did.
Yeah, I just brought in a very, very successful network marketer by using that old video. I still use it. Why not? Why wouldn't I use it? It's the only one I got other than the new one I create. So there you go. Thanks, John.
All righty.
John, thank you so much. Wow. And congratulations. That's great. Seeing it actually happen and hearing it in kind of a real time way. Ladies and gentlemen, there it is.
Yep, you're right.
Wow. Okay. Actually, I want to kind of continue along that line. Joe Wilson asked a question, kind of along the same line. He says, "How do you break through a wall like running a marathon? I had to remember to take one more step towards the finish. I did finish. Wasn't pretty, but I did it." In other words, that brick wall that's kind of like that one last step.
Joe, the reason that you were able to do that is because you visualized it. The reason that you finish is because you vision inspires success in others. Now you actually visualized it and emotionally experienced finishing. In this industry and people doing this, see, most people are short-term thinkers. I need to do what I need to do to get a check on Friday. How many of you have figured out what you need to do on a weekly basis to get paid on Friday? Well, we get paid on Thursday. And there's things that if you do them, you'll get paid every Thursday. Did you guys catch that? If you do the little things that you're supposed to do, you'll get paid every Thursday. If you do it correctly, they will go up. And so that's simple as it is. So you're talking about a wall in this industry, Joe. You visually have not seen yourself with, God, nowadays with Highlight Travel, you could bring in two people that did 550 in personal volume by buying the $10,000 in prepaid travel for $800. You could bring in two people in your 1K. And that would be $225, $450, $450. How many people wouldn't mind making an extra $450 a month? Because then you know what your pitch could be. Hey, Chris, all I can show you how to do is make an extra $450 a month. what would be your next pitch? You get better at it. And I say, Chris, Billy, all I can show you how to do is make $900 a month. That's all I can show you how to do. And then your next pitch is, Billy, Bill, Craig, Lisa, all I can show you how to do is make $1,200 a month. That's all I can show you how to do. So people go, what if I'm at zero? Well, if you're at zero, hey, listen, I'm working directly with this guy, Robert Hollis, and he shows you exactly what he's making. And I listen to him, and all he can show you how to do is make an extra $80,000 a month. That's all he can show you how to do. But if you guys notice when I show my back office, don't I still show the weekly checks? You guys know that I not only show my weekly checks, but I also show me on the leaderboard. I'm still doing the same thing. Do I have to? How many of you, once you made $80,000 a month, would just stop working? Say, I don't, because my calling, this is my ministry, is to help people get out of financial bondage. So I'm going to do a sermon all day, every day. So Craig, back to you. Thank you, Joe.
Joe, thank you so much. And if you want to participate by asking a question, Q in the chat, type your question both on Facebook and Zoom. And if you want to join us here on Zoom, then go ahead and raise your hand by clicking on the button at the bottom of the screen. Put your cursor in the middle of the screen. At the bottom, you see reactions. Click on that, then click on raise hand, and your hand will go up. We will call on you, and you can ask personally, like Bill Shoemaker is about to do right now.
Thank you, Craig. Thank you, Robert. Love your story, man. So I'm just excited because, and thank you, Matthew, for sharing this with your dad, the documentary on Jonah Hill, because, you know, I'm a pretty intelligent guy, and I said I'm going to take action, then I don't take action, and I experienced this pain because it's between my gourd. So this documentary and that doctor, who, by the way, touched my heart because he has Parkinson's,
Wow.
and I took care of my dad right before he died. Actually, I watched him take his last breath, and it's a horrible disease. So it really touched me deeply. So thank you, Matthew, for sharing that with your dad. And it really got into my head because we have two people. We have a shadow and we have it's called Part X, he says. And he has tools to explain how to take action when you're feeling that thing that I don't want to take action. I want to watch YouTube. I want to do something else. And it's working for me. I was so excited about it, Robert, that I was up till 6 o'clock this morning reading this guy's books. I was just jacked out of my mind. So made some connections this morning, handed out some travel cards, and people are saying, hey, yeah, sure, why not? So, you know, I just wanted to share that. And
Thank you.
I got your, I got your fake Robert Hollis group thing. And you know what they said to me?
What?
They said, hello. Your favorite. Yeah.
Hey, you wouldn't believe, one guy said, hey, look what I sent to this fake account. And he sent me a screenshot of him sending, Robert, here's your video of you showing your back office. And I went, that was good. That was the best one.
Got one from Aaron Parker today too, and it invited me to WhatsApp.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we know Aaron does that, right? So
Yeah.
I checked out the profile. There was one follower.
Yeah, I tell people all the time, man. I send people my documentation beats conversation video. You guys never even thought about it. That's a nice little treat for you guys. The video I'm about ready to send you guys right now, listen closely. This is unlisted. Do not post this publicly. but this is something that you can send to people individually.
Ooh.
And it was the video a couple of days ago. So it showed where my income hit 108,000 for the month.
Ah.
So people are like, hey, what would I send to people? This one here would be a good one to send to people. So yeah. So I never thought about that. Wouldn't it be funny? Is everyone that watches this video and takes it in and sees this link, that every time one of my fake accounts, fake accounts sent you a message, you go, hey, I love your last video. I really love your last video, Robert. And send them that. Hey, hopefully we believe that maybe these people that were taught the wrong way to live life and do things, maybe they'll ask you for an affiliate link. That would be funny. We start, hey, you guys want to talk about making big dreams? This small group that's on here right now got some information where we get to go out and take the people that create fake accounts and try to scam people, and we convert them. we finally give them it's like, damn, I built an account. I reached out to 90 people and I got your video 90 times. Oh my God, that's funny.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, thank you, Bill. I love you. Bill, Craig, I seen one of the questions from Rick.
Yes, I was actually going to ask you that question next.
Okay,
So,
Rick
Rick
you go
Fry.
to YouTube and you put in distractions. and I tell you how to handle distractions. All right. But on a funny and a positive side, Rick, let me tell you how you get undistracted or stay focused. That's better words, isn't it? How do I stop? How do I handle distraction? No, Robert, how can I stay focused? Well, if you went to YouTube and you put in focus, then that's a whole nother set of videos. But here's something that's really important. If Shauna, your wife, said to you, I got some special stuff planned for us tonight, how focused would you be? It's like, honey, I like to spend some intimate, private time with you. Just you and me tonight. It's like, I don't think I'll be able to, you probably wouldn't even answer your phone. Because that would be a high priority. Huh? So that's how I get distracted, stop from being distracted, is I'm so excited to get to where I want to go. I'm so excited at the things I have planned for today. I'm going to master. I already have plans for the $1 million a month that I'm going to make. Did you guys hear that? I already know what I'm going to do with that $1 million a month. I've been saying I want to switch from 2,500 orphans and foster kids to I support to 25,000. That's going to start happening now. It was sort of the goal at the beginning of this year. So it's sort of neat to requalify for super affiliate and have my checks go from 50 to 70 to 100. That extra boost of super affiliate is a nice pay raise. So that's why I'll be doing a new video on next Thursday, because you guys will be able to see those checks in the back. But on the video that I sent in this link, you get to see it now. It's under the calculation page, but it's still yeah. I had a person the other day said to me, would you send this video directly to people? Yes, I do. That's exactly what I do. You know, I can guarantee you that back in the old days, listen to this. I'll just share this quickly. When I seen my mentor's check, I didn't believe that I could make 62 a month. But I believed that I could do what I needed to do to get to, oh, hi, hey, Rick. I seen you cough and your picture popped up, so I didn't know you were here.
I'm here.
I love and appreciate you. Did that help you?
Thank you very much about the focus.
Yep. And so, you know, what I did, you guys, and I know this goes against what other people teach, but hey, let them show you their back office. That was good. Really good. That was really good. So when my mentor showed me his check, the very next thing after I got my check, I didn't believe I could make 62,000, but I knew I could make money if I did what he did. My first check was over 10,000, $10,210. Listen what I did, you guys, because you just got to be creative. I got this check and I went to the wealthiest person I know. It was David Wynn, a Vietnamese auto mechanic. This guy would take all his extra money, buy cars, fix them up, and resell them. So I went to him and I said, look at my check. And he goes, that's amazing. I said, I want to endorse it to you. And he goes, really? Why? And I said, well, I need the documentation of this check. I'll endorse it to you. And I was wondering if you would be willing to go to the bank with me and get the money for me so I can pay bills and take care of my family until I get my next check. And he said, absolutely. So not only did I endorse it to him, we went to the bank and he gave me 10 grand. But then what I did is I got color copies. The color copies were $1 a copy. You guys remember this? Color copies way back then. I got color copies that are $1 a page. And I put the copy of my check in get well cards and sent it to all the people that told me no. The other thing is I always ask people, hey, do you have a fax machine? They go, yeah. And I would send that over to them. I know this is blowing some of your minds, but this is the way I was taught to do business. So let's say back in the olden days, if me and Rick were going to get together, I would tell Rick, listen, before we meet up at a restaurant to talk about business, can you stop by your ATM? And he's like, why? I said, well, stop by your ATM and you know with the ATM, you can get a balance inquirer. Get your balance inquiry before you come to the restaurant. I'm going to stop at the bank and get mine. And then when we sit down at the table, we can give each other's balance so we can start off right at the beginning without BSing each other. And to think that God continues to take care of me. Now I can just pull up my app. Hey, what do you got online banking? Yeah. Go on your online banking. Why? Because I'll show you my phone and my back office and you show me yours. Do you guys know how I built all of Europe? I don't even understand their language. You're sitting with a group of people and they're German and then Hungarian and then Austria, and then Romanian. It's like I'm talking to all these leaders and all of them got different languages. And I would grab my phone, show it to them, log into my MDC back office, and then hand it to them. And then they would go off talking in their language with a lot of excitement. And I had no idea what they were saying. But the people around them that knew their language knew what was going on. And I'm going like, man, this business is easy. So, man, I did go on a tangent there, didn't I? Thank you, Rick. I love you. Give your wife a hug and a squeeze for me.
Thanks, Robert.
I miss you.
I miss you more.
Nice to see you again.
Thanks, Rick. Appreciate that, and appreciate you putting in that little distraction for us because it helps.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Cool. Okay, got another question for you from Josh Lacey. And
Josh,
Josh,
hi, Josh.
yeah, he asks, what has been doing a video every day this year done for your business?
Wow. Josh, I'm telling you right now, it is one of the best things I've ever done. One of the best things I've ever done, because I would constantly challenge myself, and I can even tell you guys what to do. You're going to crack up, Josh, when I say this. People go, well, I don't know what kind of topic, and I don't know what to talk about. Well, great. Then go to my video on January 1st of this year and start there. Watch my videos, take notes, and steal the information. No, wait a minute. No, wait a minute. You can't steal it if I said it's yours. So, Josh, I can guarantee you it's what requalified me for super affiliate this year. It's what's just coming up with a word, a catchy word. And I've done my very best of making sure those words, even without the explanation mark, are things that each and every day, Josh, I've just been putting it, being consistent every day at noon or 3 o'clock Eastern time, 3 o'clock Pacific. And I just want to go out and say, again, Matthew and Craig, thank you so much. And thanks to all the participants that have done it. And then after doing those all week, then I started doing the Ask Me Anythings on Saturday, Josh. And, those are just asking people questions. And then I started saving those. But great question, man. It turned my business around. Totally turned my business around. And let me give you one hint that will stop you from doing it. Watching how many views you got. Did you hear me? Watching how many views you get, watching how many likes you get, and watching how many comments and shares you get. Just I do it on Facebook. Then after I get done with Facebook, you can click in the 3 little dots up on top. It gives you a way to download it. When you download it onto your computer, then you can upload it on your YouTube channel. Great question, Josh. Great question.
Yep. And Faith Castillo says, I made a little from HLT, High Life Travel. This is the start of my future, just following what Robert does.
Yes.
Thank you for showing us what we need to do.
You're welcome.
And
on that YouTube channel too, I don't know if you guys noticed that I have playlists. So I know I got to click here to see them. I don't know how you guys see them. But
there was a thing on the top. Go back, Robert.
Okay.
It said playlists. See right there in the middle. There you go.
There you go. All right. So yeah. So my playlist here is did I actually click on somebody else? I wonder if this is showing what I have for playlists. But I have one just on High Life Travel. I have on one, how do I get paid? How to make money? What do I say? I know that someone said here, hey, Robert, what's your scripts? I don't use any. People are people. So I think Billy asked that question.
Yes, he did.
I do a personal canned message to connect, Billy. I'll reach out to someone and say, hey, Billy, I thought of you today. And I just was hoping that, this message, found you and yours blessed and doing well during these uncertain times. Instead of thanking you, I thought I would leave you a message instead. So I leave a lot of those messages, Billy, and from the response of those messages is when I ask them to do me a huge personal favor. Do you know of anyone that would like to make extra money? I know this will sound silly to you guys, but I learned from a mentor, Jim Rowan. If you put his name in here, he's got some incredible videos as well. And Jim Rowan said, listen, you can definitely make money by selling product, but you can make a fortune from building an organization. And I picked fortune instead of making a little bit of money. So people ask me still to this day, why do you lead with the money? I don't know. I learned from multi-millionaires before me that told me to lead with the money. So There you go.
Very good. Very good. So Billy, there you go. And people who are watching, it's there. It's right there on Robert's channel. So follow. I've posted in the chat in a couple times here in the chat. And I guess we're going to kind of make a slight readjustment so it goes through roberthollis.com. That's cool. Just take a look and follow. Lisa Marie Cook came up with a question here and wanted to share that with you.
Sure.
Are you looking into doing shorts or reels as they are becoming more popular? I've noticed that on Facebook and on YouTube, and I know Instagram has kind of was that with TikTok and all that.
Yeah. One of the things I've found out about a lot of these social medias and marketing things is that the companies that allow you to do long videos now have a way for you to do short videos. And the companies that have short videos are figuring out ways for you to do long videos. So I seen TikTok just recently, you can do a 10-minute video. So the one thing that I would say, Lisa, is first, I hope you'll feel this when I say this, is I personally have not done anything different than what I do that makes me millions of dollars that are duplicated. So because I currently don't know anyone that makes more than me just doing reels, I haven't changed. Documentation beats conversation in everything I do. The one thing that I did notice though, is when I show my back, when I do a Facebook live, there is a place for it to say, you can also do a reel. Now I know it just shows at the beginning, so I've been conscious enough to go, hey, my name's Robert Hollis. I hope this shows you. A lot of you probably are asking why I start over. Did you guys notice that? And it is because of reels. So when I do a Facebook Live and I click on live, then there's a place where it says, do you want it on reel as well? And so I have been doing reels and I don't know how they're doing. So that's why I say, hi, my name is Robert Hollis. I hope you're having a wonderful and blessed day. And today's topic is pull your head out. Oh, by the way, you can go to, there's my book. And usually it already cuts me off by the time I get to the book. And then I repeat it because I'm waiting for people to get on. So hope that helped you, Lisa. Believe it or not, I still haven't used LinkedIn. I still haven't used Instagram. I still haven't used Telegram. I still haven't used TikTok. I still haven't done Snapchat. I think I did one video live on YouTube. I did one live on YouTube and I was going, well, wait a minute. I have 32,000 followers on Facebook on one page, 162,000 on the other. I think I'm just going to keep doing Facebook. So there's a lot of people that tell me that Facebook is no longer the main platform to market on. They're just not making more than me. So you guys know I'm simple. I'm a simple dyslexic auto mechanic. And so I know a lot of people try to distract us, including ourselves, because we don't want to master the mundane. We don't want to master the boring. We want to get into whatever people are saying is new. But when people send me stuff, like I had a guy send me something recently and said, Robert, what kind of solo traffic or what kind of traffic do you do? And I said, well, listen, I made 108,000 last month, and I think I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. I haven't done traffic. I don't do advertising. I don't do that stuff. I do the consistent stuff that people don't want to do. And I think someone put it up here. I think it was Lisa Marie. Thank you so much, Lisa. Is like, the distraction is us consistently not wanting to enjoy and have fun doing something that's simplistic and mastering that. So what we do is we consistently look for shortcuts. And someone today sent me a video. Someone sent me a video today of Arnold Schwarzenegger. And Arnold Schwarzenegger says, you know, what's my most unpopular answer to the question I get asked? That's a neat way of saying it. Do you know what the answer is? Do you know what the answer is to the question I get asked the most? There's no shortcut. Why you would spend your entire life trying to outthink successful people and looking for something that doesn't exist. Holy, that needs to be canned right there. You spend your whole damn life trying to be smarter than the people that are already there. I will find a shortcut. I will. And you guys don't understand the massive minds behind all the very successful marketers. You pay millions and millions and millions of dollars, and they say, you got to find the person's pain. And they will give you money if you give them an answer to their pain. Have you guys ever heard this? Are you tired of reaching out to strangers every day? Are you constantly reaching out to them and they don't reply to you? Do you constantly reach out to people and you don't get any sales? Well, man, do I have an answer for you. Robert's Shortcut. That's pretty funny, isn't it? Have you bought leads and they don't work? Have you bought traffic and sent it to your website without any sales? Are you using Facebook ads that no longer work? That's because Facebook changed their algorithms. But man, I got a new course for you. Robert's got something new. So Lisa, thank you for bringing that up, because you guys can see I'm definitely on a tangent here. And it's like, hey, Reels, hey, Instagram, hey, TikTok, whatever new that's coming out, people that are marketers that like selling people stuff, instead of building a group. I'm sorry I said that. Did I say that out loud? I think I said that out loud. So I know of people that have hundreds of thousands of people in their group that make millions of years from a loyal, satisfied customer base. I'm not going to do that, but I'm going to teach you how to do that. I know. Hey, people that make millions of dollars a year in network marketing, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to teach you how to do that. Thank you. Thank you for, it's like, hey, Lisa, would you like to learn to be a race car driver? I've always wanted to learn to be a race car driver. Just need to let you know that I've been in one. I've been in a race car. Yeah, I've not only been in a race car, and I did pretty good. I was racing my relatives, and I was doing pretty good at the go-kart track. So I want to teach you. I got a course put up, and it's like, hey, how'd you finish last year? Finish what? How did you finish in the NASCAR ratings, the IndyCar ratings, the Formula One ratings, the Super Truck ratings? I'm not racing. Well, why don't you race? Well, that'd be a conflict of interest, wouldn't it? Because if I got into NASCAR, then it would be a conflict of interest for the people that I want to take money from that want to learn how to race boats. Oh my God. Some of you need to send this to your newest coach that you're listening to. Hey, you guys, I'm high on life. You guys probably went, Robert Drake, before he got on here. It's like, hey, I'm going to do a brand. Really? How much did you make from your brand? Can I see your W-2s, your 1099s? Can I see your bank statements? Why? Well, because you told me the way to make money is to build a brand. I want to see how it's working for you. We could talk about you being a life coach. Hey, do you guys realize I get to tell on myself about something and then we're moving on? When I first met my mentor, he said this because he was in phase one. Craig, drop phase one in there. And he said, people that don't want to do phase one, which is build an organization from people that need this industry. Do you guys hear? You're not selling something. You're offering something to people that are currently struggling in life. This industry is a personal development with a compensation plan. The things that you got to learn most about yourself is the stuff that you need to learn for yourself to get you on the other side. Got it? So my whole thoughts is my mentor would say to me, Robert, listen, people that can't do this business, write books about it. People that can't do this business, write books about it. And if they won't write a book, they'll sell a course on it. And if they can't come up with a course, they'll sell coaching. Because doing this business is where the love is. Writing a book, doing a course, being a motivational speaker, speaking in front of other groups, teaching them how to do it. So people that can't do, thank you, author, teach. And people that can't teach or do courses, do books. So why am I telling you this? Because Craig and my son know really well, and people that have been around me for a long time, when I stopped building groups, this is what I started doing. I fell into the trap. Building a group, had 758,000 people in my group. That was 2012. And then everyone started moving in a different direction to a different company. Does anybody want to know when this book came out? 2012. Because I didn't want to go into the new company. Right, Rick? It's like it went from Gano Excel to Gano Life. That's where I met Craig. I didn't want to rebuild. I busted my butt for 5 years. I didn't want to rebuild. So then I got upset at the people that made that problem with the company, and I went into training and coaching and life coaching, and I get it. I never was more unhappy in my entire career. Every day, all day, trying to get people to buy stuff from me, courses, books, training, personal coaching. And I kept raising my prices, you guys. It started out at like $149, then it went to $449, then $1,449. I had a client that gave me $100,000. Matt's on here. You know what the difference is between a person that gave me 100 grand and a person that got in free? Nothing. They both weren't ready to learn and apply. It doesn't make a difference how much money you spend if you're not going to execute it. If you don't know what you want and you won't be willing to execute what you were taught to do. So I had people pay me 100 grand, 50 grand, 10 grand, and I would tell them what to do and they still wouldn't do it. So people like, honestly, Ray Higdon, Eric Worre, Todd Falcone, Danny Johnson, Randy Gage, all the people that I know, including Brendan Burchard, that helped me write this book, paid him 10 grand to show me how to write this book. Then I connected with Frank Kern. All of them. I paid them all money to teach me how to be a marketer. And I hated every minute of it. You know why? two things. I need to be fulfilled by helping other people get results. I'm just not about the money. And you know what they all told me? Robert, if you pay for a college degree and you don't get an education, you get a degree, but then you don't apply that degree or get a job in that field, that's not your fault. That's not your fault if they quit. And I go, that's not good enough for me. So since I was successful in network marketing, my wife tricked me into getting back into what I love. Hey, honey, yeah, can you help me out with this little business, this little network marketing deal? And the entire time, is Matt still on here? I'm sure he is. This entire time, Matt and I were trying to figure out through all the money we spent on marketing of how to help my wife in her Melaleuca business. And you know what Melaleuca said? You will not use the internet to build your business. And so my wife found My Daily Choice. Thank you, honey. Me and Matt had a personal conversation in the room I'm in right now in Montana of how much we hated being a brand, selling books, selling courses, selling speaking, hated I spoke for Eric Worre 5 times, closed his event twice. Association of Network Marketing Profession, supposed to be the top of the top, closed their event twice. Got Eric Worre, Ray Higdon, all these guys that have done videos for me saying that I'm the one that they follow. And I'm where I know the majority of people can win. I know I'm doing right now and teaching for free what I know you can win at. This makes me happy. That's why I'll spend hours. That's why I'll spend hours talking to you for free, because if I can help you win and get you to switch that paradigm and get you to believe that you can do it, then that makes me the happiest person on the planet. So, Matt, I got something for you to say to people, if you don't mind. I seen him post on here.
Hey, are you there?
Yeah.
Hey, what you need? I'm listening.
Okay. Question. When you and I were building a brand,
Yes.
and when I decided to do MDC and you and I decided to help mom out, which one,
Right.
which made you happier and made you the most money?
I mean, of course, what we're doing now is much easier. Like I even said it in chat. I said, listen, like when you have your own business, there are so many things that you have to manage. And this is one of those things that people don't, they take for granted in multi-level marketing because they've never experienced the other side of it. But the amount of things that Josh and Jenna have to do to maintain a website, to make sure customer support is taken care of, to make sure orders go through, to make sure everything shows up correctly in your back office when you
Merchant
log in.
account.
Merchant accounts. Yeah, we've had situations where the merchant account froze funds to investigate the funds. When we're all working with these people, the money now hasn't come to us. So now we're coaching somebody basically for free because the funds are frozen, because they need to look at them, make sure, because it's too much, right? And that's another thing, like there's so many elements to it that are made so much more difficult that you just don't even have to deal with. All I said you had to do is edify and share and promote. Everything else, products going out, all that stuff, none of your problem. It's like, hey, well, where's my product? Oh, that's a great question for customer support. Before, it's like, hey, why isn't this link in my back office not working? Me and my dad would have to go through, figure it out, or shoot videos, tutorials going, this is the way this works, this is the way that works. Because you'll always be surprised at the stuff that you'd assume would be common knowledge that people just don't get it. You know what I mean? And so you have to plug holes constantly. So we wake up every day to more, because we used to have a subscription service too, because we're like, well, we need to make this residual, because without that, now every single month you're coming up with the new course, new products, and that means you have to shoot hours and hours of video, edit all the videos, make sure they work in the back office, set up and build a sales page. There's got to be graphics on that. You have to shoot videos for that, set up an email campaign, email it out to, and I'm just saying the basics, right? Like that's the necessary stuff you have to do.
But who put together the emails that went out?
Us. We had to do all of that. Yeah. And that's why I said there's even more to it, because if this isn't automatically common knowledge to you, you want to figure out how it works, right? Okay, I'll invest in mentors, or I'll invest in a course. These mentors and courses aren't cheap. We went to a convention in San Diego, me and my dad, and we brought our wives. And we spent all the time in the room learning, and our wives spent all the time at the pool, and shopping and stuff, which was awesome. But we spent all that time, and we came out of there with knowledge that then we used to make money, and we got more than our investment back. But it was just miserable, because every single time the results don't come through for somebody because they won't do the steps, or they'll forget steps, or they won't go back to it. Then it's immediately, I've invested this amount of money. I haven't got results. So why? And it's like, well, you haven't done these steps. And it's like, well, but I invested my money though. So what, but you have to do the steps. And it's just like, it's very, very frustrating, you guys, because you feel so personally responsible for their success. As we're with this business, it's like the steps are here. It's a referral thing. You're saying, here's where you get all the knowledge. Here's where you get all the information to make an income. And that's it. Your job is not to coach and teach them what to do. It's just to edify the people that know what they're doing and point, guide, and direct them in the right process. Sometimes that point, guide, and direct, you just tell them, listen to Robert. He point, guide, and directs really well. So you really are only having to do it once now, as where, it can be a lot of work. So if you guys are thinking of starting a brand or starting your own business, as far as even selling like t-shirts or something, you see these people and the amount of work and time that goes into it. Some of these people are small businesses. They're doing their own customer support. Customer support is a nightmare, you guys. It's like working retail, right? Because you're never in the right. So it's like every time, regardless of what they say, you have to give them the benefit of the doubt. They paid money. They went through all this time to find you and do all this stuff. You have to give them the benefit of the doubt, but then they're wrong and they're rude. So now you have to deal with that. That messes with your mental state. You're carrying that around all day, right? Because you've just been in a negative space.
Matt, why did they invest money with us?
Well, because they wanted results. Like obviously,
they wanted money,
results,
right?
Absolutely.
So they give us money. We tell them what to do. They download all our courses. They spend hours using me and Matt's time, and then
hours and hours.
And then they didn't make any money. So then they charged back on the credit card and took the money back.
Me and my dad have done my dad's done personal conversations with people that were in the programs and stuff, one-on-ones, which normally cost money for free. And I have written campaigns and Facebook ads for people. This is marketing stuff that whole firms do, right? And I've done this work for the clients that we've had, even though it wasn't part of the process, because we so badly wanted them to have the results, but they wouldn't take the action to do any of it. So it's like, well, you gave us this money, we'll help you, but then we're doing stuff that we really shouldn't be doing, which makes it even more miserable for us, because now we're going, this person paid me $500 and I'm writing their Facebook ads. Like, I'm sorry if that seems like a lot of money, but if you looked at how much an ad campaign costs from an ad agency, it's tens of thousands of dollars. It's graphics, it's emails, it's analytics, it's figuring out all this stuff and research. So it's like, we did these things out of the goodness of our heart to get them results. And then if they got the results, they got leads, and then they didn't do anything with them. They didn't do any of the other things, right? So then they won't talk to the people now that are coming in to their business or are buying.
That would do such a great capture page that they go, listen, if you get 3 to 4% of conversion rate. Matt was creating conversion pages that were getting 70 and 80% conversion. And
it was insane.
Then he would do Facebook ads to drive to the conversion page, create all these leads for people, and then they wouldn't do anything with them.
Right. And I learned pretty quick exactly what my dad said. Documentation beats conversation. So what ends up happening is anyone that does come in from one of those ads most of the time, or comes in through that capture page, then immediately goes, these are the things that I need to do, right? So then they're trying to figure out how I shot tens and tens of hours of videos, teaching people how to make capture pages, how to write emails, how to do Facebook ads. I taught them how to do all the analytics for it, to figure out how to target, all of that stuff. And still, we only had a couple of people that went through all of that and got results from it. Because you're going, most people don't sit down for tens of hours unless if it's the new HBO show that came out, right? They'll dedicate the 10 hours to that. But they're not going to dedicate the 10 hours to learn how to do Facebook ads. It's just boring for 99% of people, which I get it. It's boring for me, right? But
and then Facebook does change stuff, and
right.
like, well, Matt,
no, that's even worse, because then I'm shooting new videos.
The new way to do it, and then teach me how to do that.
Yeah, now I'm shooting new videos every couple of weeks, tens of hours, because Facebook changes things so constantly. And so you're just constantly trying to catch up with whatever the new thing is. It's my wife, Hannah. But yeah, you just constantly have to chase after that. And so it just ends up being so frustrating, because you want the people to get results, and then you're putting in all this work and effort, like working insane hours. I watched my dad when he's working in network marketing at 6 o'clock, and I know he's got fights on tonight, so probably even sooner. He's going to step away and just be like, I'm done with my computer. I'm done with being on. This is my time to myself. But when we were running that, it was 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, because it's your business, right? Not to say that you can't create your business over here, but there's so much Josh and Jenna and everybody that works there has created to help you, that you don't have to do any of those things. So when someone reaches out to you and goes, hey, I haven't got my product yet, it is not your job to figure out why they haven't gotten product yet. It's customer support's job to figure out why they haven't. That's why Josh pays them, Jenna pays them. So that's my advice, is like, you guys have so much here. And the only way you'd know that is if you went out, and this is a lot of businesses and things, you'd only know that by experience. And we learned that. I learned that. I'm only 30 by experience. My dad had known some of that stuff, but still you repeat it, right? Or you learn new lessons from those things. So back to you, Dad.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Matt. And tell Hannah I'm sorry that she had to step out of the room.
Oh, no problem. She was doing something. So
all right. Love you, son.
Thank you. Thank you. Love you.
You bet.
Oh my gosh. Matt, thank you so much for sharing that. I'm going to say, I don't see any more questions, so I'm going to say that that's going to wrap up today. And what a perfect way to put a bow on this Ask Me Anything.
I agree.
I'm going to say to everybody, watch this AMA again. So much information has been shared, top to bottom, that you got to watch it again and take notes if you have not already. I want to thank personally the people that have participated: John Tier, Bill Shoemaker, Josh Lacey, Rick Fry, Joe Wilson, Billy Ballard, Lisa Marie Cook, all asking questions or participating in some way. Faith Castillo as well. It's because of you we do these Ask Me Anythings. Your participation is what makes these things so amazing, so amazing. It's awesome. And we really, really appreciate it. And Robert, thank you very much for the time that you spend with us every day, and when you can, doing these AMAs, because the information is so valuable. We learn so much from it, and that's how you get it, ladies and gentlemen. That's why it's so easy. Robert has 35, almost 36 years of experience doing this. You think he knows what he's talking about? Yeah, exactly, Robert. Just a little. So, Robert, I'm going to go throw it back to you to wrap it up. I also want to let everybody know, before I should say this, if you want to save the chat, because there's video information, there's other information, there's links in the chat. For those of you watching on Facebook, just look at the chat. It's right there. For those of you watching here on Zoom, I'm going to go ahead and put the information here in the chat. Or what I will say is, there's 3 buttons to the right of the 2 button if you have your chat open. Click on those three buttons. It will show Save Chat. Click on Save Chat so that at the end of this presentation, it will download the chat to your computer and you got all that stuff that we've just shared with you. Robert, back to you.
Craig, again, thank you so much. And I'm glad that Matt had, I love hearing Matt. It's like I seen Scott on there was like, oh my God, you got Matt fired up. Here he goes. Yeah, thank you guys so much for joining on here. I love and appreciate you guys so much. And, you know, the rest of this month, you guys are going to see, we're going to be doing Ask Me Anythings as well. But yeah, I'm going to start really doing some more videos to close this up. And I just want to do a challenge to all of you. If you can find on my YouTube channel a subject that I haven't talked about that you think's important, please send me, Craig, Matthew, a message so I can so I can cover that topic. So what I'm going to do is I want to cover that up. And then, believe it or not, at the beginning of the year, I'm going to go back through my blue notebook that I did 36 years ago and start from the beginning and do it over again. So just like Lacey said, Josh, you know, I'm just going to consistently give you not only the stuff that I'm doing, but the stuff that I know that works. And you're going to have to make up your mind. I'll close by saying this. I had a talk with my youngest son, Kyle, today. And he goes, what are you going to talk about? And here's what's so funny of what me and him talked about is I said, what would you do if someone asked you, Kyle, how'd you get that high rated in that video game? How'd you get that level, all of that armor, all of that stuff? And he goes, what's your username? Well, I haven't signed up first yet. Start there. Create an account. Okay. Now that I created an account, now what? Play. Play. Yeah, but I want to know. Play. Yeah, but play. But what if play? So I was joking with him and I was saying, yeah, I'm going to get on another AMA and tell these people the same stuff that I've been telling them forever. And I gave him the analogy of, let's say that Craig was a marathon runner. Not only is he a marathon runner, but he's won marathons. He's got a gold medal in running a marathon for the United States. And I go to Craig and I go, Craig, I really admire you, man. The stuff that you've done in the marathon world is just amazing. The Ironmans, all the stuff that you've done. Do you train people? And Craig goes, sure. And he goes, okay, so what do I do first? Let's go running. Come on, man. Come on. Now I can tell you the shoes that I think you should wear. Well, to be honest, I was listening to another guy and he basically said that we should use these shoes. That goes back to the Karate Kid, right? That goes back to the Karate Kid. I tell you what to do. You don't ask questions. Just do it. Ah! Ah! You know, it's like, well, what do you do? Well, you do this. Well, why? Shut up. Remember deal? I teach you to be black belt. I teach you how to make six figures and MDC. Just do. Wax on, wax off. Sand the floor. Paint the fence. Yeah, but so it's really, I don't think that anybody really realizes how that feels to a mentor. To have someone go to Craig and give him all these acknowledgments and you inspired me and you showed me, you inspired me and I want to learn from you. You're the best. And Craig says, well, the first thing we got to do is we got to get these shoes. And the first thing out of your mouth is why? Or I heard somebody else said that these shoes are better. It really, from a mentor to a student, you just want to punch them right in the frickin' nose. And I'm not a violent person. but I'd rather hurt your feelings than have you struggle for the rest of your life. So I'm going to start asking people moving forward, hey, when's the last time you read my book? Not, have you read my book? When's the last time you read it? What day are you on the greatest miracle in the world? Yeah, I read it. I got to 12 days. I forgot after 12 days. It's like, wow, if you can't master reading a chapter of a book every night, you're not freaking ready, man. You're not ready. Because I'm going to tell you something simple, something else simple to do, and you won't do that either. Wow. So I'm done. I'm done. Scott says, you can punch me in the nose anytime. And Scott, I'll do it right now since you said that. Every time I see your Facebook post and you're posting about somebody else training how to be successful, that's when I wish I could punch you in the face. There, you asked for it. So you get praise and recognition out of sharing stuff that other people do. I wish you would post what you do. There, that's what you asked me to do, didn't you? I need you to post your 1K rank. I need you to post your 5K rank. Stop sharing a bunch of stupid stuff that confuses people. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm done. I'm done, Craig. Back to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Robert. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us. We appreciate you. We love you. Have a great weekend, and we look forward to seeing you next time right here on AMA. And follow Robert during the week, noon Pacific. That's when he usually posts video. Watch, learn, listen. Actually, watch, listen, and learn. That's the way it should be. We're going to unmute everybody to say goodbye and thank you.
Nice. Bye.
What
Goodbye.
happened, Robert?
I love you, Craig.
Did you move
I
me
love
again?
you, Craig.
Love you guys.
Thank you,
See
everybody.
you, Bill.
Bye.
See you,
Bye.
Bill. See you, Billy.
Matthew, thank you so
See you,
much.
Matthew.
Love you.
Thank you,
See
Raphael.
you on the
Thank you,
next
Craig.
one.
Thanks,
Thank
Dad.
you.
Everybody have a great
Hey,
weekend. Thank you.
Crawford. Hi,
Good
Chris.
evening.
Thank you, Scott. Miguel. Oh, there's Scott.
Thank you, Robert.
Scott.
I love you, brother.
I love Scott. He's a dear friend of mine. It would be funny if Scott came on and had his glasses sideways and had some tissue stuck in his nose.
Training with Robert.
All right. I love you guys. Take care.
Bye-bye.
See you, Daniel. I love you, Melody.
Bye, Robert.
Yeah, bye, Peter. God bless you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.